Yo, what's going on, guys? This Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. And today, the Indiana Pacers have re-signed James Wiseman. Kevin Pritchard, the president, announced that the Pacers are re-signing James Wiseman, who played only 5 minutes for the Pacers last season. They made a big addition, bringing in James Wiseman during the offseason of last offseason, and brought him in. And in the first quarter of their first game against the Detroit Pistons, he played 5 minutes, played really well. I mean, 6 points, 1 rebound in 5 minutes. He, was 2 for 4 from the floor, and just looked pretty solid in his first game as an Indiana Pacer with 6-1 in just the first quarter in 5 minutes. And then you see him go down with the, Achilles tear. And I was watching it live, actually. I was watching the Pistons, and it's crazy that it happened against his former team that he was with the last 2 years before that. But I was watching the game because at the time it was what I like to say is it's really opening night. Like Tuesday, you see Tuesday, it's opening night where 4 teams play. Like last year you saw Boston and New York and LA and Minnesota play and open off the season. That's the real opening night. That's the official that's the official opening night. But I think what I would say is that's the official opening night. But I think the real opening night, I always say, is the next day on Wednesday, because sure, Tuesday's the first of the games, but Wednesday's where everybody plays, because you've got almost everybody playing in the league. There's about there's usually like 11 or 12 games on the first Wednesday of the season, and almost everybody is making their season debut, on the first Wednesday of the season. And at the time, the Pacers-Pistons was the first game on that Wednesday slate, and they were the only game. They were the only game on the 6 o'clock slate. And then there was a bunch of teams that were starting at 6:30 and 7 after them. And so I was watching the Pacers-Pistons because they were the only team on. And I saw James Wiseman go down in the first quarter, and I just knew when it happened it wasn't a good injury. It was something that was going to keep him out a while. And then he got traded. They got traded and then released. I think it was the Raptors who traded for him. But yeah, it was the Raptors who traded for him and then cut him. And now he's coming back to the Pacers. But I don't blame them for wanting to sign him. They've just lost Miles Turner, and Wiseman looked really good for them in the time he played for them, in the 5 minutes he played. This is a guy who had extreme talent coming out of college when he got drafted, 2nd overall by the Warriors. Hasn't showed that a lot. I mean, I think he showed a little bit in the 2022-23 season. With the Pistons, averaged 13 points per game and 8 rebounds per game and 25 minutes per game. 2023-24 season, averaged 7 points per game and 5 rebounds per game and 17 minutes per game. But I think it's going to be interesting to see with the Pacers next season, who's the starting big man, because you can look at a bunch of other, with Turner gone, there's a bunch of guys you can look at. James Wiseman, Jay Huff, who they just traded for. You've got Tony Bradley, who played well at times in the playoffs. And then you've also got Isaiah Jackson, another guy who's coming back from a torn Achilles. Let me know your thoughts on the signing for the Pacers in the comment section, and peace out.